Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to bring you all another video about one of my favorite brands. If you are not new to this channel, you could have filled in the blank with COS. You all know that I love COS so much. So the second they dropped their pre-fall 2025 collection, I knew I needed to go through it all, pick out my favorites, and then highlight them here for you guys. So let's jump right into it. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do is start with the pieces that are the least fall-like. And for example, jeans. You can wear jeans pretty much any time of year. And so I'll start with that in case you're not like fully wrapping your brain around the fall mindset yet. I'm the kind of person, I'm a fall winter girly. The second we get even remotely close to September, I'm like, give me a pumpkin spice latte and I am there. I just love everything about fall and winter. So I could not be more excited for cozy sweaters, even though it's still like 90 degrees outside, but let's pretend like it's not and put on our amazing knits. But for those of you that just can't wrap your brain around that, we can talk about some of the more non-fall pieces, and they're just really great foundational pieces for your wardrobe. And then I will get into the very much fall pieces, such as this heavy duty, amazingly thick, luxurious cashmere sweater that I'm wearing. So I have these bay barrel leg jeans from COS in the white color, and I have featured them in so many videos. In fact, they sold out, but you guys really loved them, and so I bought a similar pair from a brand called Cotton to just give you all something because I hate showing things that you can't get your hands on. I know that's really frustrating. So the cotton ones are a really good backup pair if you like the white barrel jean, but it's sold out. Looks like currently there's like 1 or 2 sizes left on COS. But what made me want to pick up these jeans in other colors is that they finally restocked them for the pre-fall. They brought back quite a few different colors. But the ones that I were drawn to the most, which looks like they're selling out actually quite quick, which makes me sad because, oh, I just love, these are like the best jeans of all time. I think these are like the perfect jean in that, yes, they are trendy because they're a barrel leg jean, but in my opinion, they're very classic. They're just kind of boot cut. The barrel isn't over exaggerated in my opinion. I think these just look like a really nice high-waisted classic jean. I love that the denim is like really thick and just kind of hugs you in. It's made from 80% organic cotton, 20% recycled cotton, and then the lining is 65% polyester, 35% organic cotton. And they're also a really great price. They're $139. And so I picked them up in 2 colors. I first picked them up in this black color, which had been out of stock for a while. So I was so happy to see that they restocked it because actually black denim is my preferred color of denim to wear because, shocker, I wear a lot of black, but I also just think it pairs nicely. It's a little more neutral than a blue jean, and so I think it's a lot easier to style with a lot of my other more neutral items in the wardrobe. But even some of my colored items that I have, I think it's really nice to have a pair of gray/black denim. Like I said, they call this black. I think it looks a little bit more gray, but in the cream pants, I got these in a size 26 originally because that is the size that I usually am in, say, like a Levi's, for example. In certain sizes that have like vanity sizing, so like a Goldie or Kate, I have usually sized down in those to a 25. So these pants in the cream at least were pretty oversized, and so I ended up sizing down in a 25. So because of that, I thought they're the same pants. Let me just get these also in a 25. Let me know if you've done the same thing because I'm curious if this is just like in my head or if this is real. But I do think that these 2 colors are made the same. When they brought them back this year, I think they're just a tiny bit shorter, first of all, which I don't mind. I have short legs, but I do want to call that out. If the white ones were like the perfect length for you, these are like a tiny bit shorter. And I also think they're a tiny bit smaller. So while I can still wear the 25, I think the 25 looks good if you want a more kind of like fitted traditional fit on the jean. If you want that more baggier kind of oversized feel like they have on the model, then I would just go true to size. So I think I actually might get these in a size 26 instead, because I just felt like the 25 was like not tight, but can't tuck as many like chunky knits and things into it as I might like to in the fall winter season. So for that reason, I do just want to call out that even though they're the same pants, I don't think they were made quite exactly the same as the white ones, but I do really, really love this gray. Again, you can see how well this pairs with color, how well it pairs with neutrals. I just think having a great basic like this in your wardrobe makes getting dressed just so much easier, because all you have to do is throw on like a nice sweater and a belt and a loafer and you look put together, and it's just like a really easy kind of thoughtless outfit to put together. So anyway, big fan of the black pants. They also brought them out in this blue color, which looks like they still have lots of sizes for, which I think is great. This to me is like actually harder to find than you'd think it would be. Just that really classic like 90s Calvin Klein blue jean, and I think they did such a good job with this color. And again, the fit is so great of these jeans. I got these as well in the size 25, even though I might think about getting them in a 26. But yeah, I don't think I'll wear the blue as much, but I do think if the more classic blue color is more fitting with stuff in your wardrobe, then yeah, this is a great option as well. But I was just over the moon that they brought these out. In fact, they also have a dark blue. So if you like a more kind of dark wash jean, which actually normally that is what I prefer, but I'd honestly rather just have the black than a full dark wash. But if you don't love the light blue, they do have a dark blue color as well that is brand new, and it looks like they have a ton of sizes available still, which is the next item is another great like foundational piece for your wardrobe, and I've actually secretly been recommending this to you guys already. Anytime I've featured in a video my favorite trousers from COS of all time, which are these black wide leg wool trousers, I'm pretty positive they don't actually have those anymore, and so if they do and I can find them, I will leave them linked below. But because of that, when I've been featuring these black trousers in videos for you all, I have been linking these as an alternative, and they are a really great alternative. And they're also a nice transitional piece because they are not 100% wool. They're a lot more lightweight. And so again, great for when we're kind of in these weird months where we want to dress more like fall, but it's still really hot outside. So these pants are made of 94% Tencel lyocell and then 6% recycled polyamide. And they come in a few different colors. I actually picked up this burgundy color, which, to be honest, I don't think it's really a burgundy. I wish they would have just called it brown or something. I find it to be kind of a rusty red brown. That being said, I do still really like these pants. I just want to call out that I don't like this sweater is burgundy, these pants are brown. So I wish they would have just called them brown, but whatever. They also come in a classic black, and they're $149, which again for COS trousers, you just can't beat that price for the quality. And these trousers also have all of the same features that I love from their wool trousers. So on the inside, for example, they have these extra buttons, and so you can actually kind of cinch the waist in a little bit if you're feeling like you lose a little bit of weight and you want to cinch it in, or maybe you have a big chunky sweater you want to tuck into it so you can let some of the buttons out. And for that reason, I prefer these trousers to be more oversized. So I go for them in a size 4, and I think that was the perfect size because I know that they have these little buttons in there. So anytime I just want to like cinch it in a little bit, I can do that. And I just love that freedom. It's very rare that I would need to like, yeah, you always want to have a little more room, right? And be able to bring them in. So I love that design detail, and I love that they've included that in their trousers, and COS usually does have that on most of their trousers. So I think these are a really great buy, especially in the black color. If you don't already have a great pair of black trousers, like, oh, these are just super comfortable and really beautiful. Also a great length, like nice and long, not too short, but also not so long that I have to get them hemmed. So yeah, I'm a big fan of these trousers. Sorry guys, I don't know what the heck I've done styling my hair today, but it's like flipping out so weirdly, so apologies. But yes, so that is the last of the bottoms. And before I jump into the tops slash like sweaters and jackets, I wanted to talk quickly about a really beautiful accessory that I picked up. Now, you could say that this is very fall because the fabric is suede, but I actually think you could wear something like this anytime. It is like a perfect staple year-round in my opinion, but I do love that suede is becoming more and more popular, especially like a brown chocolate suede, because I love mixing textures. As you all know, I'm not a huge color person, which I know is ironic because I'm wearing a colored sweater right now, but we'll get into that in a second. But I do love mixing textures, so I love mixing things like suede and leather and wool. I think it adds just a little bit of visual interest to an outfit, and it's just an easy way to do that. So when I saw that they came out with this bag, I thought this was such a great kind of dupe, dare I say, for the Savette Symmetry clutch. And you all know that I love Savette so much. I have a totally separate video where I talk about all the Savette bags that I have and what I like about them, so I will leave that linked above and below if you want to check that out. But I thought this bag was a really beautiful, minimal, kind of inspired by version, but not too similar, where it was like a direct knockoff. And again, that's something that COS does really, really well. You can see that they've clearly kind of staked out their competitors, and then they deliver on doing similar things at a really nice price point. So can't fault them for that. But this bag is called the Gallery Clutch Bag, and I love a few things about this bag. First of all, though, it's a bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I really, the Savette Symmetry is more like a Hermes Pochette, and it's more like this big. This is more like the Savette Symmetry 26, which is 26 centimeters across. In fact, this is in inches, so I can't really tell you, but it says, yeah, about 12 inches across, so that makes sense. So it's definitely a little bit wider, bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I still like it. I still like that it's quite slim and easy to hold. Like you can see my whole hand fits all the way around it, and I love that it has a little top handle. I also love that it has no hardware, because I find that to be very nice, especially when you're traveling and you need something to go from both day to night and you need to kind of match with a lot of different things. I love that you're not restricted to the hardware with this bag. I just love the simplicity. I loved the architecturalness of it. I think they did such a good job, and it's such an amazing price. This bag is $159. So I think this bag in particular is one that they just knocked out of the park, and I'm honestly shocked that it's not sold out yet because it's phenomenal. And because it is so phenomenal, I also picked it up in this chocolate suede color, even though I had a bad feeling that this was not going to be the chocolate suede that I was looking for, because it is too cool toned in my opinion. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I did a reel where I tried out a few bags from Verified New York, which is another brand that I will be highlighting in some upcoming videos. And I was looking for a brown suede to go with these new chocolate brown suede loafers that I have from Flatter that I'm really excited to wear this fall. And I'd picked up, in full disclosure, the Cavatelli small bag in this brown suede from COS before over the summer, and I saw the leather in person or the suede in person, and it just felt too cool toned. And so you can really see the difference. And I don't think there's anything bad about that necessarily. It's just a matter of preference and something to be aware of. And normally if I'm gonna go for like a chocolatey color, I would rather it be like a warmer one. Otherwise I'm gonna wear more kind of gray taupe tones. However, I do think it looks really nice with certain things, especially this sweater, for example, that I will be showing you in a moment. So it all just depends on kind of what you're looking for, but I do just want to call out that this bag comes in multiple colors, which is really nice. It would have been cool in like a nice navy or even like a burgundy leather or something. So that's the other good thing about COS though, is they bring things out from previous years that do really well, they'll bring it out in different colorways. And I love that because I will just buy it again in another color if I know if it's something that I really love. In fact, they just dropped something that came out later, unfortunately, than when I filmed this video. So this is actually a good segue for me to just highlight this on the screen for you guys. But you all know that I love the boiled wool dress from COS. It's like the most incredible dress ever. I bought kind of a summery version that's in a lighter material in navy for summer. But I just love that boiled wool. And guys, they have come out with it in a brown, a dark brown, and a gray. I honestly don't know. I kind of think I need the gray. Let me know in the comments below because I have the black. I absolutely am obsessed with the black. I'm worried the brown is too similar to the black, but I also love the brown. Like, how gorgeous would this sweater look underneath that brown? Like, oh, and then, oh, with the gray, I just adore this dress. It is the most beautiful, classy, and I'm glad they finally show someone wearing a shirt underneath of it because I feel like for them showing this like wool low dress always throws people because that's never how I would style it. I always style it with like shirts and sweaters and stuff underneath, and that's how I recommend wearing it. But oh my gosh, I just thought this was so beautiful. They did raise the price. In fact, that unfortunately is a theme, I think, because of probably the tariffs and stuff. There are a lot of repeat items that I've bought previous seasons, like the sweater, for example, where they actually raised the price pretty significantly in some areas. So do just want to call that out. This dress is now $199. I can't remember exactly what I bought it for before, but I think it was more around the $150 range. So, and I do always get it in a size extra small because it is more of an oversized fit. So my apologies for not having this in person to show, but you know, I was trying to get as many pieces as I could and then to film this and get it out for you all in a timely manner before things start selling out. But yeah, did just want to highlight that as well. Also, while we're here, I think I'll just give a quick shout out to some of the items that I am styling all of these pieces with, because I do link everything in the description box below. Of course, if anything's missing, I do miss things, of course. Mistakes happen, so feel free to just ask in the comments and I will try to get back to you on what is what. But the shoes, which looking at them now, I think I need to actually bring these to the cobbler for a little bit of a love because the front part is just getting their usual wear and tear, but I paired a lot of these outfits with these really iconic ballet flats from the German footwear brand AD, which I absolutely love. This is just a classic. I love the kind of unconventional shape of them. It's not like your standard feminine rounded toe ballet flat, and so I really like pairing some pieces that I want to look a little more conservative with these. And then of course I also had to style these all with my favorite loafers from Flattered. These are like the best things in the whole world. They are so comfortable. That's why I have them in 3 different colors. And so yeah, I love pairing these loafers with like jeans and trousers and a lot of the things that I'm showing you today. So I did just want to call that out. And also I picked up this pair of socks, which seems very underwhelming with everything else that I'm showing you all, but honestly, these socks are incredible. I was really wanting like a dress sock to wear with loafers and things where it's very thin, it's very fitted to the foot, but it's still nice to wear when it's cold and you want a little bit of coverage. They come in 4 different colors, and I actually think I'm gonna get another pair of black and even a pair of green. And they also have a pair of burgundy and navy. Oh, ooh, the khaki's good. They have really good ones. And I have big feet, so I usually have a size 10, so I got these in size 9 to 11, and they are perfect. They are 60% mulberry silk and then 40% nylon. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Again, a great foundation piece and a really good piece for making some of your things like ballet flats and loafers more fall and winter appropriate. When you don't want to have like your ankle showing and getting really cold, these socks are perfect because they don't bulk up your ankle, which I already have enough bulk down there. I don't need to add any more to it. And then in terms of belts, unfortunately, this is an oldie but a goodie from Madewell. I doubt they make it anymore, so I will try to find something similar, but in general, I'm obsessed with Madewell belts. They have really great styles that are very well priced. And then for this little light brown number. I thought this was like the perfect brown to go because they're both cool browns. So I pulled out this oldie but goodie Lily's silk belt, nice like little skinny belt, because I thought it looked so good with the burgundy trousers. So yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie. I think they still make this one. So yeah, I'll try to link that in the description box below. But again, if you have any questions at any time, feel free to let me know in the comments. I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about this piece because it is one of my favorites, and it's actually the reason I ended up placing 2 orders, and this video took a little bit longer for me to get out than I wished because it actually sold out originally. This just, or maybe it didn't sell out, maybe it just, no, I think it sold out because this came up on the website. I saw it, I loved it, I couldn't stop thinking about it, and then I couldn't get it. It was just gone. It was no longer on the website. So I don't know if they put it out too early or what, but it came back, thank goodness, because you know when like you lose something and it's like the one that got away and you're just like, no, like I love that one so much. That's how I felt about this vest. I have many jackets from COS in this beautiful double-sided wool that they have, and this is made out of 60% responsibly, sorry guys, I'm totally butchering this. This is made out of 60% RWS wool. RWS stands for Responsible Wool Standard, and it's made of 40% Tencel lyocell. And I knew how much I loved the little jackets that I have. I have one in brown, black, and gray. So I thought, how much would I love a vest? And I think a lot. I think the answer is a lot. And it also comes in a dark brown, which I was considering. I was muddling it over in my mind. However, I just feel like with the gray, you're going to appreciate a lot of the modern, beautiful details of this vest. Ugh, I think this vest is gonna look so cool. I mean, if you want to wear it like right now when it's still really warm outside, you could totally just layer this over a t-shirt. And I think it looks cool, but I think actually the best way to wear this vest, I have this gorgeous lightweight sweater from Quince that I'm gonna talk about in another video, but this is going to be my favorite piece of fall and winter. This thing is so lightweight and luxurious. I want to get it in a bunch of other colors because it's such a great layering piece. But that I think would look so great underneath of this vest, and just having, you know, the slim silhouette underneath, but then having the beautiful vest. In fact, something that surprised me about this vest is I actually like it more unzipped than zipped up. I thought I was really going to like the zipped up look, and I do like the zipped up look, but I think unzipped, it makes it look even more modern and cool, and I really love the exposed zipper. This vest is $159, and I'm definitely keeping it, so I will be taking the tax off, but in general, I just think it's really cool looking and really beautifully designed, and I can see how I'm going to wear this in a lot of different ways. I also think it's going to look so cute over just like a white button up. Again, I love little vests like this because they add little textural difference, a little bit of visual interest to outfits that maybe are more on the more chill side because they're all neutrals. And so I think it's a really fun way to kind of shake up an outfit and just make it look a little bit more modern and interesting. And so I think this vest is just brilliant. It only comes in 2 sizes, so it comes in an extra small, small, and then a medium large. And I got the extra small, and it's perfect. So yeah, huge fan. Clearly I'm in a gray mode since I might be getting the sweater in gray, and then I love the gray vest, and I'll probably get the boiled wool dress in gray as well, but maybe gray is my color for, you know what's a fun hack before I leave you? I did have ChatGPT do my color analysis, and they said that I'm like a soft summer, I think. And gray is apparently a good color for me. A lot of these things are good colors for me. Black is apparently not a great color for me, so womp womp. But yeah, highly recommend if trying that. It was quite fun. If you've been wanting to like play with your color analysis, just like take a photo of yourself and then upload it and ask them to do it. It's a good time. So yeah, that's my new hack right now. Now let's get into sweater. I want to say cue sweater weather. So I picked up this cardigan because I have been wearing cardigans nonstop this summer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if like my hormones are changing or what, but I've been feeling very like up and down in terms of being hot and cold. And so it's been really nice for me to have light layers. And so I was very drawn to this little cardigan from COS. It's in the color Mole, and it's a really beautiful knit. I'll tell you the exact fabrics. It is 100% merino wool. I like it though because it's not like particularly itchy, but it's very like thick and you can tell it's very well made. That being said, I thought that this sweater was going to be like a little more oversized than it actually was. I got it in a size extra small and I wish I would have gotten it. No, I didn't. I got it in a size small. Okay, this is absolutely not oversized then, because looking at the model, she must have on like a medium or something. I'm not sure, because yeah, I thought I got the extra small and I thought that's why it was more cropped. It really doesn't look as cropped on the model. Again, I think she must have been wearing like a medium or a large. So I just want to call that out. I just kind of wanted this to have a little more of like a casual, like looser fit to it, kind of like this oversized sweater that I have on. And I just didn't feel like it had that fit to it. It also came with a wool mini skirt, which I think is a hard thing to wear because it's wool. You have to wear it with tights. The fact that it's short, I would have preferred it to be more of like a maxi skirt maybe. I don't know. This whole look just didn't end up really hitting for me. They do make it in other colors though if you're not into the mole. I kind of love this like taupey moley color because somehow it's like it's a cool tone brown, so it pairs really nicely with some of these other accessories like the gallery bag and stuff, which is, yeah, but I think it could also get away with pairing it with warm stuff too. I thought it was a very nice versatile color, the mole, but it comes in navy and it comes in this light pink color. And the sweater is $179. So I do actually think I will be sending this back just because I wasn't like so obsessed with it. Maybe I'll try it on in store in a larger size, but yeah, it was just a little more like prim and proper and a little more fitted than what I was expecting. And I already have quite a few cardigans like that in my wardrobe. So I think I am gonna pass on that one. This next and final item is a little kind of embarrassing to say, but right after I ordered this, I had second thoughts about it, which normally doesn't happen. Normally I'm very confident in what I want, what I like, how I'm going to feel about something. And obviously things can change, you know, like the sizing and the fit and whatnot. But right when I ordered this amazing cashmere high neck sweater, I was like, I wish I would have got it in the dark gray. Not that I don't love this burgundy color. I will say I absolutely do. And normally I would say, oh, let me just get both of them. But this item in particular, COS Cashmere has always been a huge investment. It is insane quality. It is so amazing. It is 100% good cashmere, standard cashmere. It is like so thick and luxurious. It's one of those things you just feel and you're like, oh, this is so heavenly. But last year I bought I bought multiple pieces of COS Cashmere. I had a whole video about it, but I bought 2 pieces just like this where it was a crew neck and they were really oversized and really heavy. And I love them. I wore them more than like anything. I got one in kind of a taupey color similar to this, and then one in black. And that's why I wanted to purchase this one. And I got them, at that point, I got them in a size medium and a size small. And I knew that I really always liked the medium and how oversized it was. And so I also purchased this actually in a medium as well. And I'm really happy that I did because I just like how luxurious it is. However, these sweaters were $350 last year, and that was very much an investment piece. I mean, you're dropping $700 on 2 sweaters, which I did, and I'm very happy with because I wore them so much. But this year, they raised their prices over $100. So now this sweater is $459. Again, I think this is because of the tariffs and all the other wonderfulness that's going on. So It's definitely an investment piece at this. I mean, when you're talking a $500 sweater, cashmere sweater, that's something you can get from like Jenny Kane or even a Totem potentially, or from the Real Real. And so it just makes you think a little bit more before buying them. And so for that reason, I don't think I would buy both of these, because I can't wrap my brain around spending $800 on sweaters at this point in my life. But so I do think I will end up getting the dark gray, but I think this burgundy is absolutely gorgeous. I just think that dark gray I'm gonna wear a lot like the other neutral colors that I have, if that makes sense. So I just want to call all it out, but I think these big chunky sweaters, and again, maybe they just raised their prices because they sold out last year. They sold out of everything. The only reason I was able to get the sweaters that I was is because I bought them in store. And so take that as you will. I mean, there's, knock on wood, they're still in stock right now, but I do know that these cashmere sweaters go very quickly. I don't think they produce a ton of them. So yeah, I really, really need to think about this, but this gorgeous, like rich cranberry color is really, really beautiful, and it's so fall. And I am happy that burgundy is still sticking around this season, because I think it's a very I still kind of think of it as a neutral in the way that I think of like navy or like a forest green as a neutral, but yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, we'll see. But these were my picks. There were definitely more, if you want to be more adventurous, items, lots of like really high end, again, like $1,000 suede coat and like crocodile skirt and stuff. But I personally think with pre-fall, it's just about picking up a lot of these foundational pieces that I know are going to sell out throughout the fall and winter, like the cashmere sweaters, like the jeans. A lot of the jeans are already sold out. So yeah, I personally might think this is kind of like a boring edit of everything that's out there, but that's what I think COS is great at, is really beautiful foundational pieces that are just high quality. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be doing more, I'm sure, when the fall collection comes out and the winter collection, but I thought this was a very promising start to fall. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next video.